A group of friends go down into a cave and then they have to fight for their lives to be able to get out of the cave.
Hey guys, Kenny here. Stay cool and relax to the movies.
The Descent. This is a really great film. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was when I saw it, but I saw the reviews and the positive opinions about it, so I decided I think I really should pick this up, and I'm glad I did. It's about the six women who are all friends. They use ropes to go down into a cave, and they all think the cave is a tourist attraction. It's supposed to be fun, but then it's mentioned to the main girl, who also had a really bad accident with her husband and son. They both died, but she survived. She becomes very distraught, because then they all realize the cave that they're in isn't charted. No one has really survived or been down in there that lived to tell about it, and they've never read or heard anything about that cave. And then the main girl tries to get through this really narrow corridor, or little, I don't know, like crawl space through the cave. Then she's able to get out, but as she's going, the rocks are the cave behind her is caving in behind her, so she has to be pulled up by one of her friends, and she has to hurry to being pulled out. And then they realize there's these like humanoid creatures that are like half human, and then it's like they mutated into some kind of a monster or a demon. No one knows what happened. Oh, and also the cave that these six women are in, no one knows they're there, so they can't call out or for help or get anyone to help them get out. And these humanoid creatures, they're really vicious. They eat humans. They eat humans and also animals. And then the six women have to struggle and fight to survive. And as the story goes on, one after another, they all get killed off. But you got to know each girl earlier on in the film. They had enough development for you to start caring about them, and when they start being killed off, you really feel sympathy for the other friends, and hoping they would be able to save that friend that's being killed, but they won't. Obviously, they won't be able to. And I think one of the more hair-raising scenes is when each of the friends gets this rope across two sides of this cave. There isn't a bottom or walk area for them to walk across, so that to get this rope to the other side of the cave, there's two ends, and they're about maybe this far, and they all have to really crawl up and grab on the rope going across. And there was also one of those little hook things that are up there that someone else put there. One of the girls sees it. I think the first girl, she sees a really old and rusted hook up there, and then she puts a rope on that. Then that's when she realizes that there's others that have been there that may not have been able to get out. And the friends are eventually able to all get across, but I think it was when the last friend tries to get across, I think the rope comes off or something, and they all have to pull her up. I think that was what had happened, but it was such a jarring scene. And they're also in the Appalachian mountains, Appalachians, and it's and then they start also, I think, maybe realize that there's those humanoid things or whatever. They did start out being human, but something mutated them, and they have to fight for their lives, but they feel sad for those beings that are down there. And there's a big twist at the end of this where the main girl does something. I'm not going to say what it is, but she does something, and kind of, if you've seen the ending, you know what I'm talking about. And that's basically what this is all about. Let's see, the good parts, the performances between all the actresses, and their chemistry was spot on. I loved every single one of them. Every one of them were strong-willed for the most part. Not all of them were really confident in each other, but they all knew about sticking together. And there's this one girl, Natalie Mendoza, I think is her name. She's the one who's really like the strongest of them. She's the one who really tries to fight to survive, and she was a really great cast girl in this. And that's the cinematography was also creepy and also breathtaking, but more creepy, and it's a kind of claustrophobic. I didn't feel claustrophobic watching it, but it does seem claustrophobic in the film because it's very subtly lit, and that's, I think, a big part of this film. The lighting it's kind of like something like a headlight of one of the hard hats they're wearing with the flashlight. Is a lot of the time it's lit by just this, and then there's light coming like from an outside source or something coming down, and then there's like a red light, and so it's very very moody and creepy. The score in this is also incredibly well done. This isn't a heavily scored film. It's not like scored all the way through. I think the really good thing about this film is that with the score, it's only put in really at certain moments, not throughout. So that's I appreciated the music score for that. And if that's about all I can think of for positives. If there anything negative, I can't think of anything negative about this film. I really enjoy this, so I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. So stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.